And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this is the 2026 Pacific 4 Series preview by Rugby411. For those of you who are new to this, the Pacific 4 Series showcases 4 of the best women's international teams. You have New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and good old US of A. This is going to be the 6th time that this competition has occurred. 3 times New Zealand has won it, 2 times Canada has won it as well. New Zealand are the reigning defending champions. So yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know for the setup of the competition. This year's edition is interesting as the majority of the games are being hosted here in the United States. So if you're in the United States areas around the site of where these games are going to be, highly recommend that you check them out because women's rugby is very much a fast growing sport, and you got to support the USA Eagles, your team, and really come out and support the girls and what they're trying to accomplish with this huge series against some very talented teams. Now, again, this is going to be previewing a little bit more on the USA side than anything else, so I'm sorry for more of the Canadian, New Zealand, and Australian fans. This will be more showcasing for us USA Eagles, but obviously I will be mentioning quite a bit of the other teams as well. So week number 1 is going to be a doubleheader Saturday, April 11th at Heart Health Park in Sacramento, California, where we'll see number 3 New Zealand taking on number 8 USA and number 2 Canada taking on number 7 Australia. Those rankings are of course based on the current World Rugby rankings. Not only will those 2 matches occur, but there also will be an opener where Life University will take on BYU. That is the women's finals in the College Rugby Association of America Division 1A college finals. So that's going to be super exciting. Again, if you're into women's sports, at college level we have it, pro level we have it. It's going to be a full-on day of amazing rugby. If you're in the Sacramento area, I highly recommend. I hear tickets are still available, and you will buy 1 ticket. It's available for all 3 games. Kickoff time for the games is not quite known yet, but obviously, follow the social media of USA Rugby, CRAA, College Rugby Association America, and you'll be kept updated to when exactly those times. All these games, from what I understand, are going to be streamed live, Paramount Plus. The CRAA game might only be available on their YouTube channel, but the other 2 competitive Pacific 4 Series games will be available on Paramount Plus. So, let's talk about USA. This is going to be the first time we see the USA Women's Eagles since last year's Rugby World Cup, where, even though the last match was a 60-0 trumping over Samoa, little bit of a bittersweet as unfortunately USA did not qualify past the pool play. We do now have a new head coach for the USA Rugby's Jack Hanratty, who was formerly the coach of the Canadian Sevens women's team, the same Canadian Sevens women's team that won a silver medal in the French Olympics back in 2022. So that's actually a huge get for USA because not only do you have a very talented coach, you have a proven winner on the biggest of stages. So obviously Jack Henry getting ready to prep these girls in preparation for the Rugby World Cup that will be held in Australia in 2028. 2029. So again, the cycle starts with Jack Henry this year and will go into 2029, possibly in the future as well. Starting lineup has not been decided yet. This is just a little bit behind the scenes. This is being recorded on Wednesday night. More than likely, the actual lineup will probably be posted on Friday, but I do have the 32-player pool that they've been practicing, and this is the pool that they will be pulling players out of. I'll pull up a couple of names right now. We're not going to go over all the names, but definitely will showcase a couple. One, obviously, one that we should showcase is Hope Rogers. Hope Rogers, who just recently had 59 caps. She is setting the standard for the most caps of any USA women's player in the history of the USA Women's Eagles. So every time that she plays, she's just 1 cap away. When she starts, she will get her 60th cap, which is phenomenal. Great job for Hope Rogers. She is in the pool of 32 players that they will be pulling from. Also should be mentioned the captain, just recently announced, Erica Jarrell Searcy, Sales Sharks player. She is going to be captain for the very first time during this Pacific Four Series. She, of course, has to step in because, unfortunately, we do not have usual captain Kate Zachary as well as Gabby Cantora. Both of them, unfortunately, were injured preseason preparing for their WER matches, so they unfortunately could not join us here in the Pacific Four Series. Also pull up the backs. That's the list of them. A couple names to note on this one, especially a couple of debutantes that could possibly debut for the USA Eagles. Talesi Iwatafe, who is the 2025 National Collegiate Rugby Women's Player of the Year from Southern Northern University, which is becoming a huge powerhouse of a rugby program, both men and women. And then Bella Vogel, who I should mention is a Life University college alumni. She was identified through the pathway. Recently, they had a camp here in Chula Vista, Southern California, where the Olympics team trains, and she has possibly been picked up to start for the USA Eagles. Obviously, this is a great moment for Bella Vogel because not only could she possibly be playing in her very first cap, she can watch Life University, as I mentioned. They'll be playing for the CRAA championship against BYU. So, pretty big day, possibly, for Bella Vogel. But yeah, those are a couple names that we should be watching out for, obviously, to play for the USA Eagles. Let's focus now on New Zealand. New Zealand, number 3, as I mentioned before, they are the reigning defending Pacific Four Series champions, as well as they have won 3 times at the Pacific Four Series out of a possible 5. The last time USA played New Zealand, they probably want to forget that game because that was a trumping 67 to 5, I believe the score was. And man, I mean, I'm sorry, 79 to 14. I was being generous about it. 79 to 14 was that trumping by New Zealand. Fortunately for the USA, Portia Woodman-Wincliffe, the person who scored 7 tries in that game, has retired for the second time from international competition. Not to say that she might not come back a third time for this game, but she is out. But still playing for New Zealand, which is primarily made up, the Black Ferns of this year are primarily made up of a good mixture of veteran players as well as new rising players. But Ruhe Dermont, who has been a consistent captain and leader of the squad, she's the co-captain for this Black Ferns team. Not only was she the 2022 World Rugby Player of the Year for the women, she also was the co-captain of the Black Ferns team that won in 2021 at the Rugby World Cup. She was phenomenal off the tee, 9 for 16 during this Pacific Four Series. She also scored a try against the USA when they played in that 79 to 14 match, as well as she showcased Aisha Lediiga, who scored 4 tries in 3 games during the Pacific Four Series. But again, a team that's not necessarily as decorated as last year's Black Ferns team. No Portia Woodman-Wincliffe, no Braxton Swanson-McGee, which is interesting. I think she's kind of focusing on sevens right now because obviously the HSB Sevens tournament is going on. Braxton Swanson-McGee has been phenomenal. She is just a growing, phenomenal young talent for the Black Ferns. She is going to be their next Portia Woodman-Wincliffe, just to be pretty blunt about it. Phenomenal player. She was a highlight during the Rugby World Cup. USA probably a little relieved that she will not be suiting up for this competition. But that is pretty much the review. It's a little bit short just because we don't know all the players yet. But USA taking on New Zealand. Again, that is going to be week 1. Week 2, again, if you're in the USA areas for these matches, highly recommend you pick up tickets. It will be another doubleheader this time, Friday, April 17th, at the CPKC Stadium in Kansas City, Kansas. Site of where the USA had that phenomenal win over Canada. USA takes on Australia this time, and then Canada will take on New Zealand. And then the final week of this competition will be taking place. The USA game will be taking place at SeatGeek Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, home of the Chicago Hounds, where USA will take on their rivals to the north, number 2 ranked Canada. Then also to the very last game of the Pacific 4 Series will be happening Saturday, April 25th at Sunshine Coast Stadium in Quanah Waters, Queensland, Australia, where the Tanzanian rivalry continues between the Black Ferns, New Zealand, taking on the Wallaroos, Australia, in that match, possibly to determine who might be the winner of the Pacific 4 Series. But yeah, those are the games for the series. Obviously, I will be reviewing and previewing the following weeks, so keep it here with Rugby411 for all your information on the Pacific 4 Series. And again, if you're in Sacramento or in Kansas City or in Chicago, highly recommend, please come out to those games. Support your USA women. And as always, thank you very much for supporting my videos. And I'll see you on the pitch.